And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind. So they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast. Big D and Bubba podcast, the podcast.
There we go.
Big D and Bubba podcast.
It actually worked really well. We need to remix that and add your.
We need somebody who's like a metal band to just go, do like screamo version or something like that.
Oh, I like the mashup idea. That's a really good one.
That would be awesome.
Did you have a lady in your church? You always had a tambourine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we did too.
Yeah.
So
smell good as always. You want to sit?
Oh, we got to get Carson in for the gold. That's the gold this week. Actually, there's two. There's that one. Yeah. For once, we're doing 2 for 1 podcast.
I'm not honking a rail.
You will totally get that whenever you listen to the Keith Urban thing after this is done. But yeah, so is Carson coming in or no?
That's a question you want me to do. I'd text her.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having us on for the podcast, and welcome to another. Welcome to the 466th iteration of this podcast. Can you believe that, man?
So
I still I can't believe I remember back in the day, that number would be way higher because at one point I wanted to do it, about a year before that? So we would be closing in on 500 right now.
Yeah, you wanted to do it a year before. You wanted to do about a year before the year before people even knew what they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were way early on the podcast thing and
would have been doing a lot of work for no reason.
Yeah. But the cool thing is it would have been cool for people to go back
I guess,
and listen because, again, it's so interesting to hear the whole dynamic of how we do this thing, how it's changed over the years. Something that I've noticed we haven't had lately is an actual guest in doing the podcast. We have them very occasionally, but it's usually just an extension of us just riffing, doing like what we do on the show.
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference. Like I remember we used to have like David Goggins and all those guys in and Marcus Luttrell, and we would do like the 101st Airborne for episode 101.
But those are all even then it wasn't a whole lot because we only had Goggins and them in because when they did the tour.
Oh, that's true.
And we had the 101st in because it was one day of the year.
Yeah. So. Hi, Carson.
Hello.
So here's Carson with I almost said Carthen, which actually is Carson and Garth combined.
Smell good as always. You want to sit?
That's the gold this week.
It's really hard. I wish we had like words there, but
smell good as always. You want to sit?
Smell good as always. You want to sit?
So she got to hang out with Garth.
He also might have said like, "Hey, they're beautiful" before he said that.
Did he really?
He did.
I think I have that.
Hey, they're beautiful.
I'll find it.
Did you do you pay attention to what he says to other people?
Nope. Sure don't. Sure don't. I also spend as much time as possible avoiding him when I'm in these situations because I never want to overstay my welcome, so I stay far, far away.
Really?
Did he text you and say thanks?
No,
for coming?
he did not. He did not.
Did you text him and say thanks for having me over?
Nope. No, I'm not using that number. Are you kidding? No.
Well, he gave it to you.
How are you? Great to see you. Smell good as always. You want to sit?
He didn't say hello, beautiful in there.
No, he did. He did very at the beginning. Hold on.
We say beautiful.
Yeah, what do you say, beautiful?
What do you say, beautiful?
There it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then do you hear me go, hey?
We say beautiful. How are you?
What was that?
That is the living iteration of the melting emoji.
Make me throw up.
We say beautiful. How are you? We say beautiful. We say beautiful. How are you?
That needs to be the gold.
We say beautiful. How are you?
God, what a pushover.
So his place is cool, though,
Yeah,
right?
it is. At one point, they were they had people taking us on a tour, and they went to the 3rd floor, which is like the private club part of it. And they went to go in, and they're like, "Oh wait, Garth and Trish are in there. They're doing something." And then they're like, "Oh well, we'll just go in." And they are standing right at the door, and I just walked in the other direction. I was like, I'm not making eye contact.
Why?
I'm not because I'm afraid I'm going to do something dumb. And he's going to be like, you out. And then I can never listen to his music again because it would be too awkward for me. So I stay away from him until it is my turn.
This
But
is fascinating.
You don't think that you going, was dumb?
Well, because he was coming in for a hug, so it was okay.
We say beautiful. How are you?
And he actually, so I'm sneaking around the private club area and not making eye contact. Don't draw attention to yourself. And he walks by and he leans in and he goes, "Hey, they're beautiful."
Again?
Yeah, I got 2 beautifuls yesterday.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
Great to see you. You smell good as always. You want to say?
And that weird, like it sounds like it's wind. It's because like
It's your breathing.
no, it's it's the microphone just like rubbing on his back because I hugged him.
God.
It's the flapping of his wings, his angelic wings.
There's details you can
How are you?
details you can leave out.
You're welcome. I am all access here.
So when you hug him, do you hug? Where's your face go?
No, we kind of did like
A side hug?
it was like a one-arm side-ish. I don't know. I can watch the
What?
video and figure out what it was because somebody was taking video.
Kind of a little bit of chest to chest.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, otherwise, how are you hugging if you don't? I mean,
it's kind of that.
it wasn't a straight-on side hug. It was a mix of front and side.
Yes, exactly. Hold on, I'm trying to find it because I had a friend of mine videotaping it for me.
Appreciate you.
'Cause-
How are
Yeah, see, so it's like we go in.
Bubba, what's that song that has that in there?
See, it's like one arm
is
like that. So
Okay, wait. Point it to the thing so Garrett can show the
Yeah, hold
people
on.
too.
Yeah.
As she's
to-
doing that.
I'm trying to find that. Yeah, people are super
I
excited
just
to
really
know
want to
this.
see how you hugged him.
Well, that is a big deal. Not
No,
everybody gets to go and hug Garth Brooks. And oh, wait, here we go, going in for the hug.
Yeah, so we do it.
Okay.
It's like that. So it's one arm, one arm.
Okay.
So we are front to front,
Oh,
but
he
it's
took his hat off.
he does.
He
yeah.
took his hat off to hug you.
guy like that.
He
Oh, I
does.
guess that makes sense. So he doesn't knock his hat off.
Yeah. Also, my hair didn't look good from the back, so I really need to hire a better camera person next time. My hair looked great from the front, but yeah, she should have been on the other side.
You
of
got
it.
2 hello beautifuls, and then you're thinking is my hair didn't look good.
I
from
did.
the
I
back.
really. That's the. I
Garth
nitpicked.
was looking at you from the front, though.
That's true.
Well, how's Trisha look at you?
She's very sweet. Very sweet. No, she's quite lovely, and she. What am I, a threat?
Trisha's
No.
looking good.
She
I mean,
looked-
like, she's gotten in impeccable shape. It's crazy.
Oh
And-
my gosh,
And
the
I feel
outfit
bad.
she had on
I feel
yesterday?
bad on International Women's Day to say that she looks good because that's such a dude thing to say.
No, it's
but-
allowed because she and I talked about our outfits. So
Okay. Yeah.
I'll give you that. So
Yeah, Trisha looks great.
She looks amazing. It was these cargo pants and a crop jacket. And then I walked up and she's like, "Oh, look at this, like my outfit." And I was like, "Well, then we have to take a picture because we have to commemorate each of us not being in sweatpants."
Do you also make sure to pay more attention to Trisha
Yes.
so that you can have better access to Garth?
my biggest disappointment yesterday was, oh, we're not interviewing the two of them together because I had questions ready that were going to be like, "Hi, Garth, nice to see you." So Trisha, like I was be like, "See, love your wife, love your wife." No, nothing's weird here, nothing at all. Don't pay attention to the girl with the crazy eyes.
Is there any other person,
Mm-hmm.
artist, singer, whatever it is, that has this same
Mm-hmm.
dynamic?
No, it's actually worse. Joe Elliott, the lead singer for Def Leppard. I can't speak to him. My tongue.
But you've met him several times. You
Uh-huh.
even went to Sheffield, England, to
Sure
their
did.
hometown.
He stayed in my hotel. He walked in the door and I was like,
Hotel, not hotel room.
no. He walked in and I just stood there with bug eyes. And I was with my mom and I'm like, like I can't form words and I start hitting her. And she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Really?" Like, I mean, yeah. So, and I've been around it before and I'm like, meep, meep. Like I'm on a press conference. He and Def Leppard and Taylor Swift did an episode of Crossroads. And I got to go to the press conference and I'm sitting there in the front and it's on the DVD in the bonuses and I want to die. Because I'm mortalized there of just being stupid. Like I had some question that I asked them and then Taylor follows it up. And of course you can see me in all my Def Leppard stupid fandom. I don't care what Taylor's saying. I'm just like, okay, but about them though. And
But it's so funny because you're such a Swiftie.
I'm
Like, that's crazy. You're like
I'm into
so
Travis. I'm Team Travis.
But it's crazy that you're so into the Taylor thing. I mean,
no,
that's
she's lovely. She's lovely. It's just that
but
you were
whenever she's next to him,
you
she's
were in the
invisible.
way of Joe Elliott. So,
Wow.
Yeah, so I have problems with that.
Schaefer, do you have anybody that you like completely germ over, like just fangirl boy?
Jewel. I
Jewel?
did that once with Jewel. Yep. I just lost my mind. Couldn't talk. Melted. I went,
Remember the
Internally.
time we were doing that backstage thing and Dr. Dre and Sting were walking down the hall, coming the opposite way, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Sting and Dr. Dre. It's my one chance.
Here we go.
So I'm like, oh, okay. What am I going to say?
What's going to happen?
So we get there, we're walking down this hall, I'm thinking about it. I got all this time. I got a good 20 seconds to really compose everything. And I'm like, hi, guys. My voice cracked. And like
Peter Brady'd it.
Sting looks at me like, what's wrong with you? And Dre's like, sup.
Sup.
Oh, you got a sup?
I got a sup out of
That's
Dre.
cool.
Hi, guys.
Pretty good.
Sup.
Such
They
a
probably thought
dummy.
they were there to play a show for you. Probably thought you were some sort of
I was the
help
promoter.
pay for your medical bills. Hey guys. Hey buddy. We're here for you. Just keep fighting.
We're here for the chunky boy over there. Sup.
We all go through. Hey, tough times don't last. Tough people do.
It's weird because I don't do that very often where I get too weirded out. I did over Sean Payton whenever like they had just won the Super Bowl. Remember, I was like, I can't go talk to him. And we were at a party together. And I was like, I can't do it. So Big D had to go and facilitate the
Oh my
meetup.
God, I'm standing there. He's right. He's from here to there. And he's talking to, who was he talking to? Chesney and
Like Dale Jr.
Dale
or somebody.
Jr. and so others.
Yeah, and
Yahoos. And Bubba's like, nah, he's acting like you, Carson, doing the whole or whatever that noise was. And I was like, hey, Coach, Big D and Bubba, and I point and I kind of push Bubba forward. And he was like, Bubba, oh my God.
'cause he listened every day.
Yes. And and he knew that. Bubba knew that. I don't know. He was so.
No, but I really appreciate, D, that like nobody phases you. And that's amazing to me.
Oh, there are some.
Are there? Who?
Harry Chapin, probably.
Who?
Back in the day. Maybe
The
Roberta.
Cats in the Cradle guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and Roberta Flack?
Roberta Flack, possibly.
I wouldn't
No,
know
I'm
Harry
joking.
Chapin if he walked in the room.
James Taylor.
Well, if he walked it, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that would be even weirded out from James, but
Hey, James, remember that one time
Like, oh wow.
you were on stage?
so and you know what? Bubba had a great. They pulled him in like a raccoon trying to make a home with all the other animals.
Well, I had already kind of befriended Gruden at the bar, and so, like, they're buds. So it was like, after that, it was on. And it was a good time. Garrett, who do you freak out over?
LeBron James. But I've never met LeBron.
Legit though. Legit.
LeBron
Bron.
James. I would
You
if
think
he would
LeBron
never let me.
is sick of people doing that to him?
I would do it all the time. LeBron James. LeBron. That's how he should be introduced. And now what is it?
23.
23.
Number 23, and then they hit that kid, LeBron James. That would be the best. Like a guy from the Yankees. I forget his name. Number 2, Derek Jeter. Number 2. I forget his name. He was
The announcer for
Yeah, he
years.
passed away a while back.
long time ago. And then Jeter kept using him. He had the recording. I always thought that was so cool. They used it in that Nike commercial when the captain. Also, a great story about baseball.
Bob Shepard, by the way.
Thank you. Is when he retired, Derek Jeter retired. His final game, his final at bat, base hit to win the game.
I remember that.
I mean, total magic, man.
Going out
so
right.
Cool. Yeah, that's so cool. So cool. You been watching any of the spring games?
I have not. And my dad is going crazy because I buy for my dad. I always get the MLB TV package so he can watch every game. And he's, I don't know what's going on. I can't get the package to renew, so we can't even watch spring baseball games right now.
Does he have YouTube on his TV?
Yes.
I think you can do it that way.
Well, I'm trying to get it all situated. So I get on the MLB app and I try to renew it there. It doesn't do it. I go to the website, I log in, and it said when I go to renew it, it says, sorry, you've done this before once in the past.
Oh,
Once in the past.
Once in the past?
Like literally, it's like some
Just a weird-
dumb message like that. And so
odd verbiage.
And it's like you
I know,
need to,
right?
you
Some
need to call
lawyer
this
going,
number.
I would say once in the past.
Yeah. Our records indicate that you have purchased an equivalent product before. If you have any questions, please contact blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, the question is, what does that mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
what does it mean? Does that mean I have it again? They didn't ask for any card or anything. What does that mean?
Card.
A card.
You know that Carson thing again. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Which one? Do you want the smell good?
Smell good as always. You want to say?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm not honking a rail.
No,
Not
that's
honking a rail.
No, not that one either.
They say beautiful. How are you?
There it is.
They say beautiful. How are you?
And it's in the left channel, I think.
They say beautiful.
That's left.
Yeah, it's so great.
In mine, it's in the right.
Hey, is that our
Wiring
recorder?
is wigged out.
Is that our recorder?
I think
No,
that was her phone,
it's-
right?
No. I bought a I have a handheld that I
Oh,
bought.
with a
she
stereo
would've-
microphone on it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we own one. You could have had.
Oh,
used
you did?
ours.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have one exactly like that.
Oh, I didn't. No, I bought that one. Well, I bought it because I had to go interview Garth, like I think 2 years ago. I ran out and got it, and it seems to do a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's good. They're not cheap.
No, I think it was like $250.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's an investment in. I don't know.
Garth.
Yeah. Let's call it what it is. I mean, straight up. I've used my phone before to do an interview with him, and it's honestly it's fine. But this just sounded better. And the other problem is like when I go to these things, and you have people who show up with like cords and microphones, and they've got
Oh, it's
all this
great,
equipment, and I'm like, "Hello, here's my phone."
That's better. That's way better. Yeah.
Do you remember
we
that?
never do that again. Can we never ever
So
do that
whenever
again?
Carson was, it was right when you first started working with us.
Yeah.
When Carson first started working with us, we surprised her with a trip to Dallas to go and hang out with Garth Brooks.
Yeah, that was just before I started.
At Dallas Stadium.
It was,
Yeah.
No, it was 2016.
It was just a little bit before you.
Yeah, so 7 years before I started.
Carson, you're going to Garth in Dallas.
Kill myself.
I'm making the same face now as I was then.
They say beautiful. How are you?
Wow.
I've come so far. Hi.
Yeah. the relationship storyline is really interesting.
You know what's also interesting is that you have, like every so often, you guys will text each other just random little things, and it's like the friendliest, silliest things. Like what? No, but you've said it before.
No, he's like texted me happy birthday.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And
Garth
I texted
Brooks
him like,
texts
hey,
you.
it's somebody else's birthday. And he's like, oh my gosh, you saved me. Thank you so much. I love you. And I'm like, all right. He just which he does. He tells everybody he loves him, which is great. But
Does he tell everyone how good they smell?
but all I
might.
know is, I mean, it's sitting there in writing on my phone. So
When's the last time you've made that noise?
yesterday, I don't
They
know.
say beautiful. How are you?
I mean, I think probably last time I saw Garth.
I mean, I've known you for
Yep.
a while. I've never heard you sound
Yeah,
like
I don't think anybody in my life has ever warranted that. I don't
was
think
gonna
any
say, I've known-
boyfend.
I've known you even longer than those guys, and I don't ever remember you.
Nope. That voice
Yeah.
exists for one person. Hi.
Did you see Robin Roberts there?
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't see her. I was watching on GMA. They wouldn't let us in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
why. Well, because I was trying to like call you guys, but then they kept pushing us further and further back. So I ended up watching it on TV. And I think Robin doesn't make that noise when she talks to him. So good for her. She's a professional. Whatever.
Whatever. You're more endearing. So you think he's going to play this weekend? Opening weekend? Why not?
I don't know.
I bet he does.
That's the thing. Like he always, he plays that stuff so coy. Like, oh shucks, I don't know. And then you're just like, hey, he shows up.
Well, there's like
all right.
8 18-wheelers out in the back trying to load up. I don't know if I'm gonna.
Well, this like it wasn't a Garth thing, but I went to this other event last night, and they're like, "Oh, it's embargoed. You can't talk about it. You can't say what this event is." And I'm like, "There is a giant 18-wheeler with Hardy's face on it out front. You think maybe people got a clue?" Yeah,
But you can't talk about it.
Can you talk about it now?
I don't know if I'm supposed to or not, but I mean, okay.
Can I talk about it?
Yeah, Hardy. and
How about this?
Nickelback,
How about this? Carson, who went, is not going to talk about it. Bubba, who am going to put on a Carson mask and vocal transformer. I'll talk about it.
Can you do?
I can.
That was good, actually.
Yeah, it was Hardy and Nickelback. The CMT Crossroads thing or whatever?
Yeah.
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 Which is embargoed.
So you did that, and you also did the Chris Jansen and Poison?
Yeah, Chris Jansen and Bret Michaels.
Bret Michaels.
I've only been to one Crossroads, and that was Lionel Richie and Kenny Rogers.
Oh, that's fun.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It was good, but
You
I
were
didn't
there?
realize. Yeah, I was there. I didn't realize how many takes they do, though. Like they did the same song 4 and 5 times.
Well, what I can tell you behind the scenes is so the one with Hardy and Nickelback, there was exactly one retake. That's it.
Wow.
And then I went to Jansen and Bret Michaels, and there was a lot of retakes, despite what Chris Jansen told us. But then I went to Taylor Swift and Def Leppard, and they had to retake the song Photograph, which is a Def Leppard song. And I realized, like, I'm up front, and I'm singing along to the second verse, and Joe Elliott and I are not singing the same words. And I was like, look, Joe, I know you know this song, but, like, I know this song pretty well, too. I'm going to bet money you got it wrong. And he did. He screwed up the words. So after they finish it, they come up and they're like, oh, there was a problem with the cameras. We're going to retake it. I'm like, lies, straight lies,
Yes.
Joe.
Yeah, they
straight
do
lies.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I figured
But-
you raised your hand and said,
Excuse me.
It wasn't a camera. He forgot the words.
Excuse me. So yeah, but no, that was they only it was quick, the one with Hardy. That like I said, they only did one retake. It was crazy. So they really just pushed and they started at 10.
When is that coming out?
I think they said April 6th on the flyer that they gave us last night, which was full of information we're not supposed to share. I was like, oh, okay.
What time did it start?
Eat?
Oh, okay. Because I thought you said 10. I was like, what? Not starting until 10 o'clock?
you were out at 8 o'clock at night.
I was out at 8, yeah.
Dude, I didn't even make it through the bonus round.
Oh, no.
No, I was in bed.
Oh, well.
6:45
Bonus round.
Final wheel.
The
was
final one with
No,
what's his name?
no, but like the final
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
the
the
final,
final
one
round
with,
of the wheel,
Alex
yeah.
Trebek or whatever his name is.
Pat Sajak?
Yeah, Pat Sajak.
Terrible actor.
Yep.
Yeah, I was out and I was.
No, it was a long day because I did I was at Garth's bar for like 4 hours because
Oh wow.
well, they also took all the quote journalists who were more important than me, so like I'm just kept getting pushed to the end, which I mean, fine, I'll wait. And then I had to
But how many of them have Garth's number?
what are you more important?
Who's more important than
Oh,
you?
Entertainment Tonight was there, and all those kind of people, and
Name-
then the Tennessean.
Hey
and-
Garrett,
Yeah.
name one person on Entertainment Tonight. Okay, so
Mario.
as you were saying,
Is it Mario on there?
He's either that or Access Hollywood. Maybe
he's
I don't
Access
even.
Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Or that extra show? Extra.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like they might have been there. I don't know.
yeah.
So yeah, and then I did a podcast taping with the guy that I used to be a page with, and that thing went like 2 hours.
Was
We
that cool?
Yeah, it was fun. It was like just catching
Is it
up
going to
and
be worth
chatting.
us listening?
Not for 2 hours.
What's it on? What's the name of it? Can we?
Yeah, it's, his name is Andrew Tavani. He's gonna put it up. I'll give you the information when it comes out. He's got to edit it and stuff like that. So
Oh, people edit a podcast.
Speaking of that,
You mean not everybody just goes live?
What are
and
you
says,
talking
"Let's
about?
just-"
What?
when are you guys doing the Striper documentary? Have we set a date for that yet?
nope, they're getting back to us about it.
I got you.
I gave them our availability for that for some days in May, and they're just waiting for the director to finalize his schedule.
You know, you
That's
hung
so
out with
awesome.
Garth, but I got to see Messi last night, which was pretty cool
He did.
in sports.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't
Did he
wanna spend
score
too
in
much
front
time
of you?
there. That was on the other side of the stadium.
Good.
But hey, thanks, guy.
Yeah.
No,
I had to
that was a lot of
explain
fun,
to
though.
someone why there was so much traffic by the soccer stadium. I'm like, well, Messi's in town.
Oh.
He's like, who?
You had the Hardy event, a
Mm-hmm.
hockey game, and a
Garth.
soccer game,
And
all
Garth, and
yeah,
Garth.
and the Garth opening all
Yep.
around the same time.
Everyone talked about like Vegas is cool and stuff. Vegas stinks. Vegas is a garbage town. It's not compared. Not like it is.
No, you're not wrong.
That's not.
I do want to go to the Sphere, though.
I just don't want Nashville.
I want to go to a show at the Sphere. Have you seen the actual like videos people are posting?
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Dude, crazy.
No reason we couldn't open one here,
That's true.
right?
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to get a Major League Baseball team. They're going to put it over. We're going to get a new stadium, new football stadium, Nissan Stadium. But I just don't want Nashville to turn into Austin. I don't want it to turn into Vegas. I want it to still try and keep our southern Nashville old school, but it's so hard.
I would say it's more Vegas now than Austin.
I know. I hate it.
It's hard because there's there's on one hand you can say, well, it's that downtown Broadway area, but it has extended into so many other neighborhoods that this is really aging me, but I was talking to a younger colleague and she was like, wait, you've been in Nashville how long? Tell me stories of old Nashville. And by that she means before 2010.
Wow.
But because after everything really did change between the floods and the TV show.
So the weird thing is that all of the like locals rarely go down and do like Broadway and all that kind of stuff. So what they do is they develop something really cool in their neighborhood, and then like this neighborhood thing blows up, and then all of a sudden it gets out on Instagram, it gets out on TikTok. Then all of a sudden all the tourists go there, and you can't ever get a table somewhere, and it's just that part stinks.
No, in my building there is a restaurant. It is on the first floor of my building, and I went there for breakfast with friends of mine the other day. Just again, I'm in sweatpants, my hair's in a knot. There is a neon sign on a wall of fake greenery, and I was like, oh no, like it's an Instagrammable wall, right? And I'm like,
wow.
Oh no.
Boy, you said that, I saw it.
Yes. And the infiltration is complete. Like, oh no, it's right there.
Something that used to be a locals spot.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of people, they go, oh, we have all these artists, doing these bars and stuff. That's not the artists. The artists are just, for the most part,
licensing their names.
Yeah.
That's it. They don't really have anything to do with it.
Some of them do.
Some, it's rare, but yeah. So it's not like.
What is it? I know Kid Rock. Doesn't he own his? Own his? No,
I told
as well?
to whatever the Steve's name.
And by the
guy
way,
Steve who owns everything. But yeah, Kid Rock is a percentage.
They're so smart the way they do the Kid Rock appearances. Like, so they'll tell the staff, "Hey, Kid's gonna come in and play tonight. So tell everybody, tell all the patrons." And then they start spreading this thing like wildfire, and it keeps the bar packed. And then he shows up at the end of the night after everybody's, been there for 6 hours waiting for him to show up, and they're all liquored up, and he does, a little set, and then everybody's like, yeah, we got to see Kid Rock. That's what Garth needs to do. He needs to just do the same thing. Hey, everybody, I'm not coming tonight. Ha ha.
It is interesting though when you look at the celebrity bars, because whether it's Luke or Dirks or Jason or Miranda or Alan or I don't even know if FGL House is still a thing, and Luke Combs putting in, and Eric Church is going in, and Morgan Wallen's going in, but how many of them really do show up and play? Because part of it is it will spread like wildfire, which is cool, and it's a neat viral moment. But also these guys they're out on the road. They're charging money for concert tickets. And there's also hey, maybe tonight's the night they'll show up. Because also if let's say Kid Rock shows up on a Tuesday night, I'm not going to Kid Rock's on Wednesday because I know he's not coming back that day.
I wonder if when they sign those licensing deals, if they work in a thing that, 5 days a year you show up.
Like the Opry?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that was the case with Blake Shelton and Old Red. Because I was still working for the company when the Old Red thing started, so yeah.
That's so smart.
Because when they started the Old Red thing, part of it was they had to put one in Blake's hometown in Tishomingo. So that's why there was an Old Red location there. Yep.
Steve Smith is the guy you're thinking of.
Yeah.
He owns Tootsie's as well.
Right.
You know me, I was looking that up, and it came a weird fact. They sell at Tootsie's on a Saturday night. How many beers do you think they sell?
Oh, gosh. I mean, thousands.
11,000.
11,000 beers on one Saturday night. On the average Saturday night.
And that Tootsie's is tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even with the extra level, it's still
small. And there's so much competition.
Yeah.
You got 1,000 other places that do the exact same thing you're doing.
Mm-hmm. One of my best friends came to town for a bachelorette party. And she called me on her way out of town because she was like, I mean, if you want to come hang with us, no, I don't at all. And I mean, also I didn't know the women in the party. I just knew her. But she called me on her way out. She's like, yeah, we were at Tootsie's and we got a private table and we got bottle service and yada, yada, yada. And she goes, and we're walking out and oh my gosh, we had to step over 3 piles of puke. Stay classy, Nashville. And I was like, ma'am.
Yeah.
That is not Nashville. You shut your pie hole.
Yeah, that's everybody else.
Exactly.
That's here because you came here.
Because you came here. I was like, we didn't do that.
We didn't do that. Now, we did. Now, listen, Broadway back. I grew up here. I grew up in Cookeville, so I would come here. I almost go there on the weekend and go look at cars. me and my buds, we come up here and go step over the chain link fence or whatever. The chain they put across the driveway. Yeah, so you don't get onto the car dealership lot. That's right. You go look at Porsches. Yeah, man. But Broadway was nasty. Yes. Nasty back in the day. And then it turned the corner. They started cleaning it up, and it was good.
They did the Times Square treatment.
And then it got. It is what it is now. So, and it's good for the city, but for people like us, we're kind of like, we got Franklin.
Yeah.
And for now, because
That's
even
true
that,
too,
even
yeah.
that
Franklin,
is starting
oh my
to
God.
transform into tourist area.
You putting In-N-Out's headquarters in Franklin?
Yeah.
Okay, Springfield.
Yeah. I'm coming for you. Well, there's actually in Spring Hill, so further than Franklin, there's this new massive entertainment filming complex.
Yeah.
I went there for Crossroads, and I got invited to another taping there. And trying to find it, it was like pitch black. There's no street lights. Like you just get off the highway, like boom, and you had to drive really far in. So at some point, I stopped some random dude in a truck. I'm like, hey, this isn't scary at all. Do you know? And it turns out he'd been placed there by the company, but he didn't have any wands, lights letting you know. But even that they're doing all these TV tapings a good 45 minutes out. And we're just growing and expanding and spreading further and further.
That thing right over here on WeHo, the new big complex. I forget who's doing it, but it's like one of the major movie and
Is that
films.
Universal, I think, doing that?
Yeah, somebody's doing something huge, and it's going to just
Around
bring...
here?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Just a couple blocks up that way.
I like that he said WeHo.
What's WeHo?
Wedgwood, Houston.
Oh, God.
There's people on the Nashville subreddit who are like, if you say WeHo, get out.
Well, the only reason
I know.
the only reason is because when I was looking for houses, that's
Right,
what they
right,
call
right.
that
Oh,
area.
yeah.
Hilarious.
It's like Sobro downtown. South of Broadway. Sobro.
It's if I had to play a game and they're like, okay, you have to identify where's Midtown, I'd be like, I don't know. I just know it by you mean the old Jimmy John's place? Is that what you're talking about?
You mean where the sub shop was?
Yes.
Sub
Thank
shop,
you.
that's it.
Yes.
Was there an ice cream place over there too?
Probably.
And they also had the old J&J's up in Midtown.
Yeah.
It was the little coffee
Yep.
house.
Yeah,
Sure
that little
did.
coffee shop was there.
Yeah, I used to love that place.
And I don't know the difference between Midtown, the Gulch.
Well, very different.
Oh, well, now you don't just have Gulch. You have North Gulch.
Wait, what?
Wait, there's North Gulch?
Yes, there's North Gulch now.
See, I don't know the difference between the Gulch and Sobro. Aren't they?
Oh, I don't either.
Very
same
different.
thing?
Very different.
No,
they're
very different.
Where's Sobro?
South
South
Broad.
Broadway.
South of Broadway.
That's like the tourist mecca.
Yeah.
And then the
Oh,
Gulch is kind of like
So
where...
if you're walking toward the river down Broadway and you take a right, that's Sobro.
Oh.
I love how
Okay.
inside Nashville this podcast has become. This is outstanding.
And I don't even know. I
Right,
don't even
right,
get it.
right. Yeah,
I
I
don't even
don't
know what's
either.
happening. I
Yeah.
don't get it. I was driving somewhere. Dude, I was trying to get to that. What did we do? We did something the other. What did we do? Why was I going down there? We did something downtown.
I don't remember
what were we doing?
What were you doing?
Well, we did the
Oh,
Chesney
no,
thing.
we went
but
to CRS, the country radio.
Oh,
seminar.
see, that's it. That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how memorable.
What
it
was
is.
that event? I
I was like, why? First of all, why was I there?
don't know. Why were we there?
And I took a wrong turn or whatever.
Honking a rail.
And so, thank you, Keith. And I was like, I'm underneath. I'm driving underneath something. Like there's this whole section where they over by the old train station.
Build an overpass.
Yeah, well, and there's all kinds of stuff over there.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about it. Didn't know a thing.
Yep. We're all learning every day, which is why it's either Waze or I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna Uber.
That's why
That's it.
whenever I bought, I was very particular about, I didn't want train tracks between me and work.
Oh,
Because I remember
yes.
Carson used to catch the train all the time. I'm like, okay, there will be no train tracks between me and work. There will be no interstate between me and work. I want to be able to go on regular surface streets so I can get through without any kind of accidents. And it had to be within 10 minutes. I'm like, this is
when
going to
they
be a
hit
tough
you.
sell. What's that?
Except when they hit you.
Yeah, except when they hit me.
I got so frustrated, I moved across the street.
Yeah, it's so. And
That's true.
I did that life.
Can't beat the location, but it's like when people are like, "Where do you live?" Literally there. Straight up, you can look into my window.
Carson is in the middle of that, almost the middle of everything.
Yeah.
It's a great place. Like whenever I decide to figure out what I'm going to do after alimony and all that stuff, I'm probably coming closer to you. Well, hey man, I'm just being real.
No, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Just being real. It'd be nice to get my whole check again one day. Hey, whatever.
Well, hey man, you're right.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I get it. But you know what? It's being used wisely.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh boy.
I'm not honking a rail.
All right. Anything
Smell
else?
good as always. You want to sit? I said you.
Get it all in there.
It's gonna get that isolated.
By the way, Garrett, big news for you. Garrett's one of the greatest artists I've ever met. And I say that with no, weirdness on it. I think you're an amazing painter. Picasso has died.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Picasso was a pig, 8 years old, died, and like this pig they put like a paintbrush in its mouth, and it would be like.
Is that the one that went to the market?
I was going to make a seasoning joke.
I believe it actually escaped from the slaughterhouse, and somebody adopted it and put it to work, and it made over $1 million.
Rescued by an animal rights activist who prevented her from being sent to a slaughterhouse by having her paint. And literally, that's the story. And this pig's artwork was going for thousands of
I
dollars.
thought you meant the pig was going to the market because it was dead. So that's what I thought you were
No,
saying.
I meant it was on my toes.
This little piggy went to market. This one went home. That whole thing.
You brought this up as if it was going to be good news.
I think it's good news for you because that takes some more competition.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
You have less
really?
competition, dude.
All right.
There you go.
Wow.
I got to start just scribbling random lines on a canvas
Oh, my
with the
God.
paintbrush in my mouth.
You need more of a snout to do that.
I have less artistic talent than that pig did.
That's not
Just
I don't know.
I mean,
You
same.
Yours is different, though.
did a nice purple paint job on your thing last night that you sent me.
Well, I ruined it because I went more, and yeah.
Are you painting now?
Well, I did
Yeah.
a thing. So I had a gift that my ex had given me back in the day because, I like prints and all that. So the problem was my walls are all that sand color. So I have a lot of grays and a lot of whites and a lot of neutral colors. And then this painting was literally just a silhouette. And it was white. Almost the entire canvas was white. And I was like, it needs color. So I added some color to it.
Oh, good for you.
And I just kind of,
yeah.
I'm like, if I mess it up, it's okay because it was a gift from somebody I'm not married to anymore. So so I saved it. I'm like, okay.
You know what else?
So
you
I added all
the
the
color?
purple. Yeah, I added all the purples.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so it's got like several layers of purple mixed in.
Here's why I think you can do what you want with that painting because you paid for it.
I did.
No lies detected.
But anyway, so yeah, so I saved it. I'm like, okay, well now I'm good with it because it's purple. It's a Prince thing, and the problem is now it doesn't match the room it's in. So I'm like, well, now what do I do with it?
You didn't think about that before.
I
mean,
didn't think
don't-
about that before because the room it's in is all the stuff in there is blue. I'm like, well, that was
There's blue and purple.
Yeah, I mean, that,
If I remember the color wheel.
blurple.
Yeah,
that could
fine.
be a
I mean, who cares?
corresponding
House.
color.
Garrett, you're the pro. Does blue and purple work?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, then. All right.
That's how I felt too.
What do I know?
I have basketball and baseball games to watch. So
Okay, get to it. Keith
guys
Urban
something.
interview right after the closing jingle. Just a little reminder, if you're watching on YouTube, you don't get that, but the interview is posted on our channel. If you just search Big D and Bubba on YouTube. Oh, wait, you don't have to search. You're already on it if you're watching on YouTube. Just do the subscribe thing
Just
and you're good.
Get to the jingle.
And here we go.
Keith Urban.
This was the podcast,
It's
but
over.
now it's over. But
Thankfully.
that's okay, because you can listen to the regular show on the radio every day. It was the